Yeah, excuse me. Just introduce yourself and ha ha.
My name is Sada Pritisa, Narana House College, University of Delhi, course BA program.
BA program it is. Okay. So your visit is under what? Like you are in Sulabh campus. What's how it is part of your curriculum or something? That's what I am asking. So what is the purpose of your visit in this
And
campus?
actually, we are here for the SLEC course, skill enhancement course. We are all from different disciplines. Some
Okay.
are honors students, some are BA program students, multidisciplinary. So that.
Okay. Fine. So as far as I understand, is it part of CVC, some credit-based course?
Yeah.
So you can just, okay, correct, correct. Of sanitation and hygiene, and you are here. So any of you want to give a just brief description of what you saw, what your experience was? Like before coming here, what was your idea? Like what you are going to see? Have you known about Sulabh earlier or what? How was it?
Google, what is Sulabh International? So I started to read about the history. So I got to know Sulabh International Organization is earlier it was an NGO. Now also it is, and then I got to know about Sir Vidhan Chandra sir, about his history, that how he started his initiative for the starting from the sanitation to the empowerment of women. So from there I got to know about it.
So if I ask you quickly, what is the one thing that you picked up from Sulabh's work? Sulabh's work, the work you have seen, different kinds of toilet museums, all the different works. What is one thing, if I ask you, what is one thing that you picked from this Sulabh's work, like approach or anything that you want to point out?
Sanitation, cleanliness and empowerment.
Empowerment of whom?
Empowerment of women.
Women empowerment, correct. So if you will take a closer look to the works of Sulabh, you will find that it is a women-centric organization. Women-centric as in not just we are part of the, not just the volunteers that are working here are mostly women, but it also all the activities of Sulabh is women-centric, benefiting women, to starting from liberating manual scavengers. So they were mainly women, liberating them, and not just liberating them, providing them other livelihood. Liberating someone, asking someone to stop doing something they have been doing is one thing, but the question comes from front, okay, if we stop doing this that is generating some income for us, what will we do? So how our founders are answered it? By providing them alternative livelihood, by bringing them in mainstream, not just providing them vocational training and making them make achar and papad, which was a small scale business at that point of time, but also opening schools, Sulabh Public School. This time we could not take you there because it's under renovation currently, but it was established in 1992 and it was started to give free education to the manual children of manual scavengers, because the society was not able to accept them among themselves initially. So to break that barrier, we provided education to them, accessible education without charging any fee. Now we charge nominal fee. So this is where we started from. Then we came into, like you have seen, twin pits toilets, lots and lots of. So this is one basic business of Sulabh. Like to give to society and pay and use toilet is something that generates revenue for us. Based on what we are doing, everything we can do. Okay, recently we have like when starting one independent vertical. Menstrual hygiene has always been a part of sanitation, was facilities, but it was never dealt with individually. So now in past few years we have started dealing individually with menstrual hygiene. Have you visited the room? You didn't get time. Okay. So we have one dedicated room. The idea of the room is at least like just you are visitor to our campus. Every day we get numerous visitors. And even if you search for Sulabh International, you will see must visit places in Delhi. It's like pointed out in Delhi tourism website also that this is a place one should visit if you are a tourist. So every day we get numerous visitors, and when visitors come, we talk to them about menstruation also, along with different other things. We talk about menstruation. Why? Because recently in 2022 we conducted a study in 7 states of India, and the 14. Anything you want to share? Something? Please do. It will be funny for us also. Okay. Okay. Smile for the camera all the time. Always good. So yeah, where I was. So we conducted a study. We conducted a study to assess that. So sitting here, have how many of you have used menstrual cups or have discussed the idea of using menstrual cups? So you have discussed it, but none of you have taken the initiative to use it. Do you know why? One thing.
Because it's not the common practice.
Yes, because our cultural taboos are so strong that inserting anything inside our vagina, like for an unmarried girl, is a taboo itself. So this is one thing we understand. So similarly, menstruation is a taboo. You might have known. How many of you follow the stigmas and taboos related to menstruation? Not at all. You go to temples. Do you wash your hair while you are menstruating? Okay, and what else? Do you touch your pickles?
Yes.
Okay, so this is
Except going to temples, I do other things.
fear. टेम्पल जाना ज्यादा रिस्क हो जाएगा, अचार खराब होगा, वी कैन हैव न्यू. टेम्पल जाना ज्यादा रिस्क है, एग्जाम्स आने वाले हैं. So this is, we don't go to temple just out of fear, right? Because we are fearful. What if something goes wrong? That's it. With pickle we have experimented, but you might think that okay, since you are doing it, it's a normal thing. But no, the reality is far from it. Just 45 kilometers away from Delhi, the central capital of Delhi, there is a village called Jhajjar, district called Jhajjar and village Dharyapur. Just 45 kilometers away, 1 hour ride from here. There, people are still following all the stigmas and taboos, and not just, it has, one thing is that menstruation, the stigmas and taboo and the unawareness related to menstruation that I called, is not something bounded by education level or socio-economic status, nothing. People follow is in all the strata of society. It's not something that okay, economically weaker are doing differently and affluent people are doing. No, stigmas and taboos are being followed. Young generation might be able to break it. Why? Because you have been taught about it. In schools you might have taught, like you have read about it, but in my generation we were not taught in schools. No one prepared me for my menstruation. When menarche occurred, I had no idea what has happened to me, and I was just like, it is something, it is some kind of stain, maybe banana leaf stain while I was playing or something. So you can imagine. So this is what I say. When menstruation, menarche occurs, the girl is not prepared most of the time. And first responder is mother. Most of the cases, you go to mother. And mother who herself is not aware about the biological aspect of menstruation, I'm talking. So what she passes on? She passes on the burden of silence to you also. Don't tell anyone. Don't let anyone know. It's your thing. So you guys are lucky if you haven't experienced this in your household. You guys are lucky if there is a discussion around menstruation in your household. You are okay. How many households does have, how many, like you are having your menstruation and you can talk comfortably about it to your father? So I'm telling you, those who can, you guys are lucky. Those who cannot, you need to start now. We are already very late. We have already tabooed menstruation highly. We need to break that chain. Our study found that 83% of the menstruator had no idea about menstruation before they started menstruating. So this is stark reality of 2023 I am talking. It's not something old age. So we need to understand why is the silence. We need to make them understand it is not a dirty word that you usually call it. So this is what basically, okay, who menstruates? Who menstruates?
A girl who hits puberty after the age of 12 or 11.
Okay, so a girl menstruates, and now with age changing days, changing lifestyle, the menarche age has reduced to 8 years now. So anytime you can menstruate between 8 to 16 years. So it's normal. But you need to let that girl know that okay, it's okay to not menstruate when everyone else in your class is menstruating. Because menstruation, menarche is not decided by a particular date. Like this date you have to, no. It's a like window of 8 to 16 years. You can start menstruating any time of that years, and if not, then you need to consult someone instead of being fearful of it. So I was asking who menstruates, and she said a girl who reaches puberty menstruates. That answer is also correct. But anyone with ovary, that means non-binary people and transgenders also menstruate. So now, while discussing about menstruation, what you can do, Instead of talking it as a girl's issue or a women's issue, let's use the term menstruator. Anyone who menstruates, because it's not just a girl's issue. So I read while doing some research around menstruation, I just came across a line where menstruation can't occur without men. It starts with men, right? When you write menstruation, it starts with men. So why men and boys? Like how comfortable you are discussing your menstruation with men and boys around you? It is important. Why men and boys don't participate in making menstruation comfortable journey for a menstruator? So this is what Sulabh is trying to do to break the chain of silence. You are in a good place if you can talk about it. But you have to look slightly away from your vision. Broaden your vision and you will find girls around you who can't even pronounce it properly. Not because they can't, just because they don't want to. They have been conditioned not to. So this is what I'm saying. Sulabh, our study found 4 major factors that hinders the menstrual hygiene management practices. First one is lack of awareness. Definitely, Sulabh is doing a lot of work in it, developing IC materials, conducting awareness sessions, having various CSR funded projects, making people more and more aware about it. Then there is also lack of sanitation facilities even today. Even after so many years of independence, Sulabh working in this field for so many years, girls do not have separate toilets in government schools. And as a result, they are not comfortable changing their sanitary napkin in school. What they decide to do? They drop out of a school for at least those 5 days. They miss their school. Now you can imagine missing your school every 5 days of month. Where do you stand academically? So these are issues, real issues. Then there is lack of access. Access as in access, affordability and availability. Like the Daryapur village I am talking about, it is a basically agricultural village. Farmers are well to do. They don't have any economic issues like upper strata of the society, you can say, for that matter. But the marketplace is far away, 3 to 5 kilometers away. Women can't go to marketplace to get their sanitary napkins. And they don't ask their sons or husband to bring it. So what they do? They use clothes. Using clothes is not bad, but there are certain protocols that need to be followed. Dry it in an open sun. But no one does that. Why? Because it's a taboo subject, you have to hide it. No one else should know about it. So they use clothes. They don't ask anyone. So they can afford it, but they can't access it. So what Sulabh has done, Sulabh has installed some sanitary napkin manufacturing units in that village so that women are trained. Now they are manufacturing their sanitary napkin, using for themselves and also selling it among their villagers at a very nominal price. Because the idea of Sulabh is not to make business of it. It is just to make it more accessible to the women there. So this is one of the examples. And then there is biggest taboos like cultural shock. You said that you can't use menstrual clubs because of cultural taboos. So to break those cultural taboos, we need to make people more and more aware. This is what Sulabh is doing. And yeah, biological aspect we talk about, aware knowledge we impart, because if you don't make people aware about it, they are free to think whatever they want to. Like as I said, blood is dirty blood. This is one very common perception among women, that the blood is dirty blood. But when we make them understand the menstrual cycle, where does this blood come from, what's the purpose of this blood, so it strikes them. And so it's easier to change their behavior. So this is just of what Sulabh is doing in a menstrual hygiene management project. Now I would like to hear from you, like what can you say about, you can add something to it, or your story you want to share, and anything like that. Okay? So you want to share something? Any of your experience, like? Oh, everyone is waiting for the rain to end, or? Okay, so fine, thank you. It was very nice having you guys here. Hope you learned something from this visit. And yeah, it will add to your course, I guess. Do you have to make some kind of report of this visit or something? Okay, so all the best for you. Okay, thank you so much.